Okay, I have an exciting announcement. I changed from having a, you used to have an account directory under accounts, like for example TAD. Now there's only a home directory, and you don't have a login. So everybody uses home, and there's no there's no name of your account. So it's really simple, and I found out that well, anyway, it's much nicer. So it's kind of like Unix, except there's only one account. And oh, there's another thing. I put the default account files in the root directory. The default account files are in the root directory. So if you are missing files, it gets them from the default. So for example, well, anyway, I put the autoexec.bat. Well, that's the startup file. Atom is in the root directory now. This is the start for compilation, and this has at the bottom it loads in your account files, and if it's not present in your account, it gets them from the root directory up above. So localize. So I have in my home directory. In my home directory, I have localized package sys keyboard plugins, but I don't have wrappers. Wrappers are these grep aliases. Anyway, so when it starts up, it starts compiling in or Atom 1. Now you can echo the code by entering 1 there. Then when it boots, it'll echo the code as it compiles, and when it gets to the bottom, it compiles your account. So let's see. So here's what the account files are. There's your to-do list. If you hit Control-Shift-M, it goes to your to-do list. Control-Shift-M. Control-M goes to your menu. They're very similar. They're just documents, basically. However, the menu can send text to the command line when you do a macro. Anyway, so your account files are your Control-M menu, Control-Shift-M notes. Your there's a do it once file. Let's look at this. We'll get to that in a second. So it compiles everything. It gets the kernel and compiler headers. Then it compiles the Atom directory, and then it compiles your account, your home account directory. Localize packages, key plugins, wrapper, sys. So localize has your time zone. You can change the speed of the mouse. You can make your keyboard fast. I like it fast. Packages, okay, so this is kind of, you can change these. These are like optional packages, I guess. It loads the map files for source debugging for the kernel module and compiler module. You don't have to, but for source debugging, you need those keyboard plugins. So all the alt keys are you can redefine. Although these are probably going to be just as standard as the regular keys. I have some keys already defined, like maximize a window. Alt-M maximizes the window. Alt-Shift-A here's autocomplete. Alt-Shift-A turns it off. Alt-Shift-A turns it off. Anyway, so the keyboard plugins, that intercepts all over the system pretty much. Localized packages, keyboard plugins, wrappers, so you saw what the wrappers are. Sys. Okay, this is getting interesting. When it starts up, I have two windows, two terminals. And the reason I have two terminals is because when it's compiling the account, it calls startup task, and that spawns two terminals. You could make three, you could make one, you could make no terminals. This is an account file, so you can customize. And when it starts up, it puts some text into one of the terminals. Do it once. Okay, so that means there's going to be some code executed by a user only on one of the terminal startups. So this do it once, you can redefine your own do it once, or you can get rid of it. What did I do? I think in my home directory I don't have a do it once. I forgot why. Oh, I have a sys. My sys comments out the do it once, so I don't have a do it once. And what this do it once, the default will run the install script. Oh, now there's an install script. It used to be an account. So if you go to the miscellaneous directory, install. So let's say you booted a live CD, and let's say you wanted to run the install, then you would include it, and then it would start installing. It's not very flexible, but it's automated. So there's an install script. So the do it once for the CD will run the install and run a tour. So you can get rid of that do it once, or you can comment out your do it once like I did. What else? I customized my startup. Whenever I start up a terminal, it I don't know. Well, it's pretty silly. Oh well. I report on the CPU, and I report the official lines of code count. So if you look at Control-Alt-Escape, so this is my default machine, my lines of code, 6 cores. So that's what I do on my startup script. You can do whatever you want. When I do a directory, you see how when it started up this terminal, it did a directory. You could start in a different directory. It's basically infinitely flexible. So that's that.